Real Country 1430 AM and 107.3 FM WRDN. I'm Brian Winnekins as we continue our spotlights with the Auth family farm with dairy farmers of Wisconsin. And now we're going to talk with the girls on the farm, the kids. And we're going to kick it off with the oldest. And we're going to talk with Paige Auth this morning. And Paige, thanks for joining us. Now, for those of you in the Durand area, obviously, we remember Paige from the basketball team. I remember calling her name all the time, and now she's all grown up. And so where are you at?
Yes, so I'm a senior at the University of Minnesota.
Wait a minute. University of Minnesota and a senior? You can't be that old, but okay, wow, I feel old. University of Minnesota. Dad, I'm going to blame the brown Swiss cows that your dad let you have just because you went to Minnesota. Giving you a hard time, but so you're going for what, dental school?
Yes, so I'm actually finishing out my bachelor's in biology, and then I was just accepted to 2 different dental schools, so we're still working on deciding which one to go to, either stay in Wisconsin at Marquette, or I could obviously keep it where I'm going and stay at the U of M. So that's a big decision I've got to make in the next couple days, but I don't know what we'll do yet.
Marquette. Get her back here in Wisconsin. What was it like growing up here on the farm?
Oh, I absolutely loved it. I mean, me and my sisters, it was always something to do. We could go outside and play in my mom's garden, or we could go wander around in the woods, and there was just an endless amount of activities that we could take part in, and it was really a blast, and I don't know if I would want it any other way.
Now, I didn't ask your dad this, so you have wooded parts of the farm here, so did you go hunting growing up?
Oh yeah, I still come home and go hunting all the time. Yeah, that's a big part of our family too. And I mean, obviously we have woods surrounding us everywhere, and it's just something we love to take part in. And yeah.
Talking with Paige Auth this morning as we spotlight the Auth family with dairy farmers of Wisconsin this month. So I'm growing up on a farm, you had to have chores. What were a lot of your chores?
Yeah, so actually this morning we went out with Dad and helped him vaccinate cows and helped him sort cattle. And I guess my sisters and I, we get to do all the dirty work around the farm, whether that's pressure washing machinery and cleaning up after, I guess, everything, sorting paperwork. And really, we just do a lot of the miscellaneous tasks that need to be done around the farm that are a little more behind the scenes work.
Did you always feel a little bit like, I got to clean calf pens tonight, girls? You're on the basketball team. They're going out for something. And, I got to go home and clean calf pens. Did you ever get mad at Dad for that?
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. Jobs like that aren't my favorite, obviously, but
they're nobody's favorite.
But we always made it fun. I mean, going out there with your sisters or your parents, it's just you find ways to make stuff like that a little more interesting and a little more fun.
And you've also helped out in the field too, right?
Yep. Yeah. So when I'm obviously not at school, I come home during the summertime, and my main role during haylage season is I'm the merger. So I take, I guess, the windrows of hay, and I just combine them all together for the chopper, which my grandpa runs to come through. And then during corn season, I am in charge of, well, I'm not in charge. It's just whenever I can, I come home and I can help run the silage truck, and I just help wherever I can, I guess, in the fields. They kind of just, sometimes Dad will say, go plow this, and I'll go do whatever. So
now you're pretty good at this merge, and I understand you're a little upset with your dad because he replaced some equipment on you.
Yeah, so now that I'm obviously at school for a couple months here now, and I got a call from my mom, actually, and she said that Dad bought a new merger. And I'm like, well, you didn't even tell me. That was my favorite thing. And he also got a different silage truck too, which mine probably needed. But
Merry Christmas. That's your Christmas present there.
I mean, great Christmas presents too. I was just like, I wish I knew.
So when you get older, you may not come back to the home farm potentially. You could. Would you want to have your family on a farm?
Oh, 100%. I plan on keeping my kids around here as much as possible and my family. And yeah, obviously my profession, I'm not going into the farming necessarily, but I still plan on coming back and helping wherever I can, doing the same things I'm doing right now. And I guess weekends, if I'm probably going to be working a 9 to 5. So afterwards I can come home and get back in the fields and just do the things I already love to do.
And how do you think the farm has helped you here? Because while you're a senior, you told me off air that you're a year ahead. How did the farm help you accomplish this so far in your life?
It definitely teaches you how to work. I mean, I had to take a heavy course load, and I think that all just stems from how I grew up. And my parents, they put those values in me, and that, I mean, doing that by graduating early saved a lot of money, and just really just putting a couple more credits towards that goal and all of the things that I learned when we were growing up with cleaning calves and doing all the dirty work, that just really helps you to, it makes school easier, so to say.
Talking with Paige Auth this morning from Auth Family Farms. Paige is the oldest daughter. And thank you again to the Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin as well for sponsoring our Family Farm Spotlights. So Paige, for those that have never been out to a farm, and your family hosted the dairy breakfast, so they were out here and they're like, why do you do this? Why do you do that? Did you like that sort of thing to show the other kids this is what we do?
Oh, 100%. I mean, all my friends, I go to school in the city, so a lot of those people there, not many know what a farm is like. And some of my best friends there, they've seen how much I enjoy coming home and how much I do here and my family dynamic. And I think they've come to realize that there's more to just, there's the fun aspect of farming and that it really is enjoyable and it's something that I'm proud of.
Have any of your college classmates, you said you want to see it in person, come on out? Have they taken you up on that offer?
No, not yet. I have, but some of those classmates, they obviously live in a very different area, so I don't know of really any of my friends that are even nearby at all. So I have one that's from Brainerd and Door County, so it's kind of difficult during those breaks. They like to go home to their own families, and it's hard to make time. I know I've tried to, we've talked about me going to their places too, but it's just everyone's from such different worlds, so it's hard to make that overlap a little bit.
You know, if you can get one of your classmates to come out, man, have them be help out with milking, because that in and of itself they would probably like, oh my word.
I know I feel like the whole everything. I don't know if some of them might not. I know one of my friends had never even seen a cow before. I mean, she lived in the city for her whole life and she'd seen pictures obviously, but she was like, I've never seen one in person. And I'm like, well, boy, do I have a place for you.
No kidding. Wow. Well, Paige, congratulations on everything that you've done so far, and thank you for joining us. We're going to be talking with Paige's two sisters, Chloe and Bella, here coming up tomorrow as we wrap up our spotlight on Auth Family Farms with Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin. You're listening to WRDN.